Kana, you can.
Can y'all hear me?
Did you press the button?
It's green.
Okay, it should be good.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And then please stand for the national anthem. Stay standing, I meant. You don't have it? Or? Oh, okay. Sorry, Brody. Maybe seated. All right. All right. Roll call and verification of quorum. Chair Yalman Chili.
One moment. Pardon the interruption. I'm just pulling up the attendance sheet. Sandlin, do you have the attendance sheet?
I can try to pull it up for you.
All right, thank you.
Let me check. I just announced it.
I have the attendance up. Do you want me to?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. Senator Lazo,
Present.
Senator Herrera, absent. Trainer, present. Neva Cruzat, present. Kana,
Present.
Morissette,
Present.
Temple.
Present.
Vaughn.
Present.
Bishop. Oh, excuse. Kringle. I believe he's excused. Datalis.
Present.
DeCara.
Present.
Butler.
Present.
Temple.
Present.
Ozier. Absent. Fintel.
Present.
Hamid.
Present.
Moore. Rose. Whitson.
Here.
Yera.
Present.
Quiroga. Carter. Chair Carter. Absent. Brown.
Present.
Samillo.
Present.
Hamayan.
Present.
Nadella. Patel. Patel. Yalamanchili.
Present.
Luthra. Acosta.
Present.
Borges. Duke.
Present.
Holmes.
Present.
Donahue.
Present.
Lacasse. Polera.
Present.
Pullman.
Present.
Richmond.
Present.
Vasquez.
Present.
Rivera.
Present.
DeMarla.
Here.
And Matal. Here. Count of 30 out of 42 quorum is verified.
All right. Take a look at last meeting's minutes, and I'll take a motion. Temple.
Move to approve last meeting's minutes.
There's been a motion to approve last meeting's minutes. Are there any objections? Seeing none, last meeting's minutes stand approved. Approval of the agenda. Take a look at today's agenda, and I'll take a motion. Morset.
Motion to approve today's agenda.
There's been a motion to approve today's agenda. Are there any objections? Seeing none, today's agenda stands approved. Open forum, are there any non-senators wishing to speak during open forum? Seeing none. Announcements from student body president, President Greenaway.
Hello, Senate. I hope everyone is doing well tonight. Just some updates from me. So this past week, we had a Board of Trustees cycle. So yesterday was the committee day and today was the full board meeting. So I'll provide some brief updates for you all on some things that were discussed. In the Academic Excellence and Student Success Committee, I gave the annual Student Government President Report. So in this report, I discussed and highlighted the main priorities of my administration this year: academic advising, mental health, food insecurity, student safety, and the process of centralizing resources so students can find what they need. The board engaged in a robust discussion on those things, and I look forward to having their support as we move forward on those projects. Additionally, in that committee, we discussed textbook affordability efforts on campus and also began discussing a research plan to enhance research efforts on our campus. In the Facilities and Infrastructure Committee, we approved the renovations and remodeling for the Biological Sciences Building, the Chemistry Building, UCF at Daytona State College, FBC Mortgage Stadium Fire Alarm, and Structural Steel Coating Maintenance projects. The facilities team also provided updates from the Space Utilization Study, which Comptroller Kane and A.G. Moore have taken a really active role in representing the student voice in those committees. They discussed the possibility of a full 5-day class week, and I expressed my concerns with classes being scheduled on Friday afternoons and evenings. If you have any questions about space utilization as a whole, don't hesitate to reach out to Jeremy Madison or myself on that. Within the Governance Committee, there were just some minor policy amendments. Within the Strategic Partnerships and Advancement Committee, we discussed UCF's endowment and fundraising goals for the upcoming year, and also discussed strategies on how to engage alumni and other groups this year. So you can find the full board materials on the Board of Trustees website. If you have questions on anything specific or want to go in more depth, don't hesitate to reach out to me and we can set up a meeting to discuss that. Just some other updates from me. The ANSF Budget Committee will be meeting Monday at 12:30. That will be chair and vice chair elections. I'll be sending out an agenda to everyone in the committee tomorrow. If you're interested in running, please come prepared. And if you have any questions about that process, don't hesitate to reach out. And finally, SG scholarships are open, so please be sharing the word to your constituents. There's a wide range of different scholarships that students can apply for and qualify for. So just encourage them to go onto A2O and to look up student government and find the scholarships we're offering. The deadline is October 20th. I know Chair Blanco is working on also an educational video of how students can make their account on A2O and apply for those scholarships. And I know a post just went up today on SG's Instagram, so please be sure to share that so we get a wide range of applicants on that. So that is all from me. Thank you so much.
All right. Are there any questions for President Greenaway? Seeing none, thank you. Announcements from the Student Body Vice President and Vice President Smith.
Good evening, everyone. Updates from me. So this week we had a meeting with Brightline to talk about how their opening was. So with the universities that use the discount for Brightline, we were number one. So we had over 400 tickets sold this weekend, and it's only been a week. So you guys did an amazing job marketing the discount. So the rankings was UCF, FIU, and University of Miami. Next, so we had this ASP meeting this Monday. We talked about, so Late Nights is having a family weekend carnival from Friday, tomorrow from 5 to 9 p.m. at Memory Mall. And downtown UCF is also having a community market and fall festival on Sunday. Other than that, tomorrow I have the alumni board, and tomorrow as well, there's going to be a Road to Big 12 event. It is a cycling event where it has 4 different heats. So in the meeting agenda minutes, it has the 4 different heats from the different times, and it's going to be located at the RBC outside of, if you guys know, it's in front of Chick-fil-A and right next to RBC. So that's going to be happening between 12 to 4 o'clock tomorrow.
All right. Are there any questions for Vice President Smith? Seeing none, thank you. Comptroller's report, Comptroller Kane.
Hey everyone, a couple things from me this week. So I sat in for Madison on the Classroom Spaces Committee. I also sit on the Spaces Committee where we've been going over the stuff that Brandon's briefly mentioned before. In terms of the budgets, the FAO budget's balance is $213,808.66 with a 0.02% reversion rate. The CRT balance is at $407,228.29 with reversions of 2.33%. That's it for me. Have a great week, everyone.
Are there any questions for Comptroller Kane? Seeing none, thank you. Senator Rose,
Present voting.
so noted at 7:35 p.m. Attorney General's report, A.G. Moore.
Good evening, Senate. Today I met with Senator Fintel and Senator Hamid, and we went over classroom space usage and how it's affecting RSOs. If you have any questions regarding that, please contact me or Comptroller Jeremy Kane. The Military and Veterans Caucus is officially set for next Friday at 4 p.m. If you want to join, let me know. And on Monday, you will be receiving an email from me regarding statutes revisions. And that's it.
Are there any questions for A.G. Moore? Seeing none, thank you. Cabinet Forum, Deputy Chief of Staff Peter Pham, are you giving? Okay.
All right, so Peter said, hi, everyone. Hope you've had a great day. For updates from me, we have some collaboration coming up with UCF Downtown, which includes a sleep out event and an ACE book parade. Sleep Out is an event for teaching about homelessness, but participants sleeping outside. But I don't know the grammatical errors, and some programming to learn more. ACE Book Parade is a fun event with elementary school kids from the ACE school, and they get to walk around and interact with us, and we give them treats. SGLC is also coming off to a great start, and we have 70 members, and committee chairs have been elected. Please interact with them and make them feel welcome. Thank you.
Are there any questions regarding Deputy Chief of Staff's report? Seeing none, Director of Student Affairs, Director Urea.
Hey, Senate. Hope you guys are all having a great semester so far. As for updates from me, a few weeks ago, I made a calendar on the General Teams channel that are going to have all the SG events going on. So if you're ever curious about what's going on and want to stay on the loop, please check that out. And I made it to where anyone can edit. So if there's an event you want to add on there, please feel free to. And then in the past few weeks, my division has had a few events such as Green Assembly. Elijah had a football tailgate with the Bull. And then today we had coffee with the cop. As for myself, I've been working on planning Winter Wonderland and Donut Stress, which is going to be a donut event to de-stress before finals. We had that last year, if you remember. And so we're going to be doing that again this year. Winter Wonderland is going to be November 30th, and Donut Stress is going to be December 4th. And yeah, that's all for me. And if you guys ever need anything or have any ideas, please reach out to me.
Are there any questions for Director Urea? Seeing none, thank you. Announcements from Chief Justice, Chief Justice Silva, but given to us by Daniel today.
Hi, Senate. I'm obviously not Elizabeth, but Candy with the Council is still locked in for October 18th from 2 to 4 in the atrium. A huge shout out to Sustainability Coordinator Sydney Burge, since we did find that sustainable bag alternative. This week, the Judicial Leadership Team had a great meeting with the leadership of the USF Judicial Branch, where we learned a lot from each other and looking forward to our continued partnership and hosting them at UCF sometime soon. Our President Committee, either this or next week, will be hosting Dr. Humberto Lopez and Professor Rubiera from the Department of Foreign Languages to make progress on our initiative to work with the graduate students to translate our forms into Spanish. We also had some great groundwork on our Title IX advising campaign with the Director of Communications and what that'll look like for our hard launch this spring. And lastly, as of yesterday, all of the justices on the Judicial Council are trained by Student Conduct and Academic Integrity and will be added to the pool of hearing officers for the SCI panels.
Are there any questions for External Assistant Rivera? Seeing none, thank you. All right. Announcements from the Supervisor of Elections, none. Announcements from the Activity and Service Fee Chair, none. Announcements from the Scholarship Committee Chair, none. Announcements from the Senate President. Hi, y'all. Just a quick update. Today in Senate Executive Committee, we saw former Senator Larson to appeal the LJR decision to leave his dean meeting absence as unexcused, which results in a dismissal from Senate. He is not currently dismissed from Senate because he is in the process of appealing. So he will be appearing next week to seek Senate to overturn Senate Executive's decision. With a vote count of 6 to 7 to 2, the Senate Executive Committee upholded LJR's decision not to excuse his dean meeting excuse. I believe it's our responsibility to look over these minutes to make sure we know what we're hearing next week and being open to hear what former Senator Larson has to say regarding his dean meeting excuse. And that's all from me. Are there any questions regarding my announcement? Seeing none. Internal Legislative Assistance Report, ILA Pullman.
Hi, everyone. So we had our SGLC meeting on Wednesday, and we did committee chair elections, which went great. And I did have a couple questions on what committees we're doing for this year. And so we're keeping Nighthon and Experience. We revamped volunteer into involvement, and we added marketing. And last thing is just feel free to come to the meetings. They're every Wednesday at 5. And of course, if you see them in the office, make them feel welcome and say hi because they're eager to learn. And shout out to SGLCers in the back right now and the ones who came to exec.
Are there any questions for ILA Pullman? Chair Temple?
All right. First off, hi, SGLCers. You're in for a night, but to the ILA.
You may.
So what does the involvement in marketing committees entail?
So involvement is going to have little sprinkles of volunteer in there, but I think it's also going to involve RSOs too. So it's gonna be a combination like late nights, other agencies, stuff like that. Volunteering RSOs. Marketing is they're calling it like a mini comms. So they're gonna be doing like a little yearbook. I'm not totally sure what that entails, and it's like a brand new one. So that's really just gonna be up to the chair. But it's like mini comps. That's what we call it.
Are there any questions for ILA Pullman? Hamid?
Can you say who the chairs of the committees are?
Yeah, if I remember it. Nighthon, Kirsten Quartz. Marketing is Sophie. Marketing is in Victoria Marie. Sophie Lagalbo is involvement, experience. And involvement is Seth.
Are there any other questions for ILA Pullman? Seeing none, Chair Borges. Sorry.
President voting. No, thank you.
So noted at 7:43 p.m. Ooh. External Legislative Assistant Report, ELA Richmond.
Hey, so Dean meetings are still happening. I'm still making the newsletters, so share them. They're all up to date besides undergrad. And then shout out to my mentee, Kirsten. She's here.
Are there any, oh wait, you missed something, Laurel. Yeah, the volunteer opportunity.
I didn't write that.
Sorry,
Oh.
that's mine.
All right, are there any questions for ELA Richmond? Seeing none, Akil, Senate President Pro Tempore Report, Pro Tempore DeMarla.
Hello, I hope everyone's doing well. I'm continuing my initiatives from last week. So as usual, please reach out if you have any questions or concerns. And then this is the volunteer opportunity that I wanted to talk about. But I wanted to propose something for all student government agents that I'll be able to talk a bit more in Senate Forum. It's Making Strides of Orlando, which is a 5K for breast cancer awareness. Seeing that October is coming up, and I'd love to see Senate involved for this, especially since it's an outreach community event outside of student government.
All right. Are there any questions for Pro Tempore DeMarla? Vasquez.
How could we get involved in the run?
So I'll be sending out in the Senate Forum. I'll attach a Google form. I'm working with the actual people running the 5K. I believe I might mix up the name, but it's the Florida Women's Association or something along those lines. And what I'll do is I'll send a list of a certain amount of volunteers. We'll be representing student government, and well, I'll kind of give you more information based on that, but it's on Saturday, October 28th. And once they give us a official flyer, then I can also put it in the chat.
All right. Are there any other questions for Pro Tempore DeMarla? Seeing none, Pro Tempore Legislative Affairs Report, D-Leg Morset.
Hi, everyone. I love seeing that more of you guys are writing legislation. Just a reminder to have it in my inbox by Wednesday at 5 p.m., just so the Pro Temp's office can review it efficiently. And tonight we'll be seeing 2 fiscal bills on second reading, 1 internal bill, and 1 resolution also on second reading.
Are there any questions for D-Leg Morset? Seeing none, Deputy Pro Tempore of Senate Relations Report, none. APIA Caucus Reports, APIA Caucus Report, none. Black Caucus Chair Datalis.
Hello, everyone. I hope all is well. Please make sure you're taking care of yourselves. You're drinking at least 8 cups of water every day and at least 2. I forgot to put nutritious, but I meant 2 nutritious meals a day. We will be caucusing. Thank you.
Are there any questions for Chair Datalis? Seeing none, Disability Caucus, Chair Campbell.
Hey there, everyone. So we did not meet quorum this week. Just as a future notice, we meet at 1:30 p.m. on Wednesdays. We are a hybrid as well.
Are there any questions for Chair Campbell? Seeing none. Latin Hispanic Caucus Chair DeCara.
Hello. The caucus met on Tuesday discussing tabling events and upcoming proclamations. Tonight, we hope to see the Hispanic Heritage Month proclamation. Proclamation-wise, for all my Hispanic Latin senators, let me know if there are any holidays, weeks, months that should be recognized. We're already working on a Transfer Student Week 1 and Indigenous Peoples Days proclamation. Additionally, next Wednesday, October 4th, there's a Hispanic Heritage Month Showcase event. I think I talked to OSI about it, that we were hoping to table there. A lot of different agencies and departments and RSOs will be there. So we hope to talk. And additionally, I would thank Senator Lazo, Ile Pullman, and Cherry Almond Chili for joining me and Vice Chair Blanco at the town hall with Maxwell Frost, Darren Soda, and other members of the Congressional Hispanic Caucus. Me and Lucy were able to actually be interviewed by our local news regarding initiatives by the caucus. A few of them were a mobile office on student debt, increasing of the Pell Grant. Actually, I think I got an email today regarding the decreasing amount of questions on the FAFSA. A new plan to reduce college payments by 1,000, and for certain individuals, bringing their payments to 0. The expansion of the Osceola Prosper program. It basically, Osceola County is a neighboring county to us, and they use their emergency funds from COVID to help give kids out of high school a free college for 2 years. So they basically got their associates for free, and it's basically expanding that. And I linked our interview there. They add little videos at the top, and it's quotes from me and Lucy. But that is it from us.
Are there any questions for Chair DeCara? Seeing none. LGBTQ plus caucus, Vice Chair Pintel.
Hello, everybody. I'm going to say this until we have our event, but we have a workshop on October 19th from 4 to 6 p.m. in the Magnolia Room in the Live Oak Center. Please come if you can. And once again, the flyer is linked there. So if you guys can share that to anybody you want to, we would appreciate it. Thank you.
Vice Chair Pintel, I had a conversation with Chair Carter. And so we can't circulate this. You can circulate this flyer, but you guys have a flyer pending from student government. That'll be the main flyer. But I did talk to, not talk to you, but I sent an email to Anna regarding speeding up the process of getting that flyer. So I will get in contact with you and Ariana regarding when that flyer is coming out, but it should be coming out very soon since your event's in 3 weeks. All right. Are there any questions for LGBTQ plus caucus, Vice Chair Fintel? Oh, DeCara.
I know that in Orlando, the Pride Parade is usually at the end of October. I'm just wondering, in general, if you guys were interested in looking into if we could possibly march in that parade, because I've personally had someone that's been able to apply to and be part of it too, and I think it'd be a really cool, on our side, not just the caucus, but just Senate, if they were able to walk, because a lot of high schoolers want to know that UCF is a welcoming campus and welcoming community, and I think that if we were able to walk in that, it'd be a pretty interesting opportunity for us. I didn't know if you had you knew about that or anything, but if not, I don't mind helping y'all in that process.
Yeah, I think this was something that was brought up before, and we were very open to the idea and want to do that. I just think it fell by the wayside in getting the event up and running and figuring it out. So yeah, definitely we'll be talking with you about that.
Are there any other questions for Vice Chair Fintel? Seeing none, Women's Caucus Chair Bourne.
Hey everyone, we finally scheduled a date and time for the Women's Health Fair. It would be November 1st, 10 to 2 by the Reflecting Ponds. We are currently in the process of contacting different RSOs to be guests, and now caucus meetings are held bi-weekly, with next week being our next meeting.
Are there any questions for Chair Bourne? Seeing none, unfinished business none, fiscal committee caucus time. I hereby recess Senate at 7:51 to return at 8:01 p.m.
I'll see you too.
Yeah.
Danny, are you taking care of it? Are you taking care seriously? God bless.
Dude. Oh, sorry, give me a second. Tyler, did you get Harrison's email? Harrison's email?
Everyone that's staying for CRT, come sit at the middle table, pretty please. Thank you, thank you. Take your time, babe. You're okay. Take your time. No, it's okay. You're okay. You're okay.
We'll talk about it more. There's a lot of misinformation, discrepancies, and it's
When you didn't respond, I was like, okay, there might be a little bit more
I
to
mean,
it.
I have to speak before we got it in meeting. I can't send an email unless I talk to them because it's just a lot.
Yeah.
Is this a fiscal issue?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about a college funding half of our speaker.
Okay.
You
I'm just gonna wait for everybody to kind of leave and get quiet so that we can start.
Yeah. Well, like no, but like
For now, I asked him to come today. So.
in the absence of a rep.
Everyone, please leave. I want to start. Or at least simmer down. Simmer down. Okay. Can someone take minutes for me, Tyler? Do you hate me? I don't know. Go get your laptop. Go get my laptop up there so you can write it on mine. I know. R.I.P. Adam. He's on a flight right now. He will be missed. I wish he was here though. It's the second one, yeah. Oh, you're so queen, so slay. Hurry up though. We have 10 minutes. We're trying to speed up this process. Yes, we are. We're going to be done in 10 minutes. Okay, I call this meeting to order at 5:54 p.m. People in the back, if you guys could lower your voices a little bit. Sorry. We're still technically in Senate, so thank you. Yeah, it's in what?
I'm giving you the next step away, but usually one thing we're trying to do is like enforce quorum inside committees too.
Okay.
But bigger than like hearing when you do it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so with that roll call and verification of quorum, I'm just going to take over since Vice Chair Kringle's not here. So I'm present, Vice Chair Kringle's excused, Senator Brown, Senator Yera, ORS Rep, and Pro Temp Rep. All right, and I'll take an approval of the minutes if you guys want to look over our minutes from our last meeting, and I'll take a motion. Yera? There's been a motion to approve last meeting's minutes. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we're now stand approve. Approval of the agenda. If you guys want to look over the agenda real quick, we just have one thing. So I'll take a motion. Danny. There's been a motion to approve the agenda. Are there any objections? Seeing none, it stands approved. All right, announcements from the chair. I wrote up our eternal bill from when we talked in our meeting on Monday about all the caps. We have talked about this for about a month now. It has been an ongoing issue for us. So I just kind of went over everything. I did discuss things with Brody, and we kind of went over the bill together. He helped me and assisted me because it was the first bill I wrote. So anyways, announcements from Vice Chair, none. Announcements from committee members. Does anybody want to say anything? Speak their truth, speak their piece. Go ahead.
Yeah, we will hopefully be electing a new rep for you. If not, I'll be here. Ethan will be here.
Okay. Announcements from non-committee members. Seeing none. Old business, none. New business, bills, Bill 5502, the update of Title 8 Appendix A. So it's literally just everything that we went over. I'll take a motion, right? Anyone? Danny?
Motion for 5 minutes speech, 5-minute question, 5-minute debate.
There's been a motion for 5-minute speech, 5-minute question, 5-minute debate. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we're now there. All right, so I'm just going to give my little speech real quick. It's not going to take me long, as we've talked about this over and over again in committee. I pretty much wrote up this bill saying that we as a committee decided to raise our funding caps for competitions because they bring a lot of recognition and accolades to the UCF name and typically have a higher cost compared to other trips. So we as a committee, as well as when I brought it up to fiscal leadership, have decided that the funding cap should go back to the previous numbers from 2022-2023's fiscal year for RSOs. We also decided as a committee that fiscal trips for individuals are also vital for the future, as well as important for UCF's name, just as RSOs are. So we also decided to raise the funding cap. Seminar and networking individual funds are very common funding tier where students are able to advocate for the work that they have accomplished here at UCF. So we as a committee, as well as the fiscal leadership, have decided to raise this cap as well. I do want this bill to be in effect immediately, just because we are going into our new quarter in the next 2 days. And I want to be able to let the students know that with this new quarter, there are new funding tiers. So it's not kind of just like someone feels like they've been neglected from the quarter, just getting it like after kind of thing. So I would like that to happen now. After that, I have everything written out from chapter 817, and I just changed the numbers to what we already discussed. With that, I yield to questioning. Does anybody have any questions for me? Yara.
Can you verify the numbers that were raised?
Yes. So competition trips We are funding to the maximum of 2,500 instead of just 2,000. And then for individuals, we raised the competition trips from 250 to 300 and seminar networking from 200 to 250. Any other questions? If not, I'll take a motion. Danny.
Can you repeat the numbers again?
Yeah. So 2,500 from 2,000 and then 300 from 250 and 250 from 200.
I got 200 to 250, 2,000 to 200 to 2,500.
300 to 250.
300 to 250.
Well, 250 to 300 and then 200 to 250. If no one has any other questions, I'll take a motion. Yura. There's been a motion to move to debate. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we're now there. Is there anybody wishing to debate? Borges.
Yeah, I didn't agree with these last year. I'm glad you fixed them because they shouldn't have been changed in the first place. I'll be voting in favor.
Brown.
Yeah, I just like when we discussed this in the meeting.
Make sure you use your mic.
Just like when we discussed this in the meeting, I think these are good funding cap raises, so I'll be voting in favor.
Anybody else? Yura.
Yeah, since this was a discussion that we've been having for like almost a month now, I believe. I think it was important that we raise these caps for individuals and RSOs to basically go out there and spread UCF's name. So I stand like very approved of like the changes that we have going here. So.
And with that, I'll take a motion unless Danny wants to debate. Go ahead. There's been a motion to vote. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we're now there. All those for, all those against, and all those abstaining with a vote count of 4 to 0 to 1. This bill has passed on first reading. Okay. And with that, let me go back to the agenda. Member discussion. Does anybody would like to speak their mind, speak their piece while we're here? Go ahead.
Y'all talk fast. I don't know how Adam does this every week. Sorry.
Adam slays every week. Oh, I miss him so much. I'm going through withdrawals from my vice chair. Anybody else want to speak during member discussion? If not, miscellaneous business. I have none. So with that, I'll take a motion. Yura?
Motion to adjourn pending final roll.
There's been a motion to adjourn pending final roll call. Are there any objections? Seeing none, let me scroll back up. Chair Cimello, I'm present. Vice Chair Kringle is excused. Senator Brown.
Present.
Senator Yura.
Present.
ORS Rep.
Here.
And Pro Temp Rep.
Present.
All right, I adjourn this meeting at 8:01 p.m. Boom.
All right. I call this meeting back to order at 8:03 p.m. Fiscal Committee report, CRT Committee, Chair Samillo.
Hey, everybody. Give me 1 second to organize my life again from caucusing, but I have a long one, so let's do this. So in committee on 9/25/23, new business allocations we approved was 55, 122, 133, 140, 141, 142, 143, 144, 145, 146, 147, 148, 150, 151, 152, 153, 154, 155, 156, 157, 158, 160, 61, 162, 163, 164, 165, 166, 167, 168, 169, and 171. We postponed allocations 149, 159, and 170, and we approved fiscal bills 5514 and 5515. Therefore, we had 31 allocations, 2 fiscal bills postponed, 3 allocations, PPI 0 and denied 0. And I also just want to plug the fiscal workshop again. It is on the 18th of October. Please spread it out to your RSOs or any individuals that you know that might need funding for trips or whatever it so be, whether that's for CRT or even FAO, because if they ask, I'm sure I would be able to help them with that as well.
Are there any questions for Chair Samillo? Deeser Matal?
Oh, President voting.
So noted at 8:04 p.m. FAO committee, while seeing none, FAO committee Chair Butler.
Hello, everyone. We approved allocations 55, 22, 23, and 24, all with a vote count of 6-0 to 2.
Are there any questions for Chair Butler? Seeing none, Chair Patel.
President voting.
So noted at 8:05 p.m. ORS Committee Chair Borges.
You guys can read it if you want. I'm not going to do what Samillo does. It's way too many numbers. So I don't have to. Yay. If you have any questions, I guess, let me know. But we didn't sanction anyone, so nothing to say.
Are there any questions for Chair Borges? Kanal? Oh, no, you're fine. Okay, seeing none. Fiscal legislation. Notice of legislation on first reading. Fiscal Bill 5516, funding for Knight's experimental rocketry to complete in FAR 10K in Mojave Desert, California on June 5th, 2024. Introduced by Vice Chair Fintel, is hereby remanded to FAO. Notice of legislation on third reading, none. Notice of legislation on second reading, I'll take a motion. Temple?
Move for 5-minute speeches, 5-minute questioning, 5-minute debate.
There's been a motion for 5-minute speeches, 5-minute questioning, 5-minute debate. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now there. Fiscal Bill 5514, funding for 14 members of the Student Physical Therapy Association to travel to the American Physical Therapy Association Combined Sections meeting in 2024 in Boston, Massachusetts from February 15, 2024 to February 17, 2024, introduced by ILA Pullman. ILA Pullman is the RSO here.
Yes.
All right. You may come up to the podium. You have 5 minutes when you're ready.
Can you hear me? Is it on? Okay.
My name is Riley, and I'm presenting on behalf of the Student Physical Therapy Association to go to the American Physical Therapy Association's Combined Sections meeting. So a little overview on Student Physical Therapy Association. You go to the next slide. Actually, one more slide past that. Okay, so here's just a little bit about our association. It is of all the doctoral physical therapy students on campus at UCF DPT. A little bit about our mission. We promote awareness of the physical therapy program on campus here at UCF. And one of our goals is to maintain a relationship with the American Physical Therapy Association, which is our governing body for the profession of physical therapy. All Student Physical Therapy Association members are also members of the American Physical Therapy Association and the Florida Physical Therapy Association. Next slide. So just a little bit about our involvement on campus. We are really involved with Activity Day, Go Baby Go, Nights on the Go Cafe, a pop-up clinic, which is a rural community that we go and help with. Down Syndrome Association, Walk to End Alzheimer's. We do student-assisted workout programs, injury screenings with ROTC and other organizations on campus. So we are really involved with UCF. You can go to the next slide. A little bit about the Combined Sections meeting. This year it is in Boston, Massachusetts from February 14th to February 18th. It's from the 15th to the 17th, but we'd be leaving the 14th and coming back the 18th. This would be for 16 students from the Student Physical Therapy Association class of 2024. We only have our class of 2024, the third year doctoral students go because it is more research and clinically specific. So it's just more fit for our third years once they've gone through 2.5 years of the program. Next slide, just a little overview about the benefits. It's 3 days filled with educational seminars from all different sections of the Physical Therapy Association. There's research and poster platforms. Right now we have, I believe it's 6 of our students have already submitted their research from UCF that we've done here in order to present here. And last year we had 8 or 9 of our students from UCF get awards on the national level at this meeting. You can go to the next slide. It's the largest national conference that the American Physical Therapy offers, and there's over 15,000 attendees here. This will be our 5th year attending on behalf of UCF and representing there, and we get a lot of positive feedback about our large representation at the conference. You can go to the next slide. Just a cost breakdown. Registration for 16 students at $290 by November 8th is $4,640. Hotel room for 4 nights for 4 rooms for 16 people. Every night was a little bit different, but on average it was $187.85, totaling $3,005.56. Flight for 16 students to Southwest is $323.90. For 16 is $5,182.40. So the total is $12,827.96, and half of that is $6,413.98. You can go to the next slide for just the overview of the flights. Leaving, and then hotel. And then our next one is the verification of, one more, our conference registration for student members at $290. And that's it. Any questions?
All right. We are now in line for questioning. Are there any senators wishing to ask any questions? Sandland and Temple.
Hi, for the lodging costs, I just got an ever so slightly different number. The math for me came out to $3,005.60 instead of 56. So I was just wondering why that might be.
If you do it the other way, because the $3,005.56 was the actual total, I just divided it by the 4 nights and the 4 rooms. So it's like slightly off with the decimals, but the total price, it's just like the average,
Temple?
2 questions, if I may.
You may.
So does your RSO have 2 financially trained officers?
Yes.
And are those officers and or any other members of your RSO aware of the post-funding procedures?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Are there any other questions? If not, I'll take a motion. Temple?
Missed the button. Move to debate.
There's been a motion to move to debate. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now there. Any senators wishing to speak in debate? Borges?
Can I ask you to see my amendments as a technical and then debate?
Sorry. Yes, I'll see that as a technical. Then you may debate.
Okay. Yeah, we funded them last year. To my knowledge, there was no issue with funds. I see no reason why not to fund them again.
Any other in debate? Samilo?
May I retain?
You may.
So as Tyler said, we've seen them before. Last year, I remember being a little SGLC or seeing them for CRT, and it was really nice seeing like the whole PowerPoint. And I asked a lot of questions during like their allocation to both Tyler and Ashley. I like remember this so vividly. So like it's nice to see them again, and I see no reason why we shouldn't approve it. Move to vote.
There's been a motion to vote on Fiscal Bill 5514. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now there. With a vote count of 31 to 0, Fiscal Bill 5514 passes on second reading. Fiscal Bill 5515, funding for 12 members of the American Chemical Society to travel to the American Chemical Society Conference, Many Flavors of Chemistry in New Orleans from March 16, 2024 to March 22nd, 2024, introduced by D. Morissette. Morissette is the RSO here.
They should be, but they didn't communicate to me if they were present or not.
Okay. Would you like to introduce it?
They also did not give me a presentation. My computer died, so the PowerPoints and the documentation that I did have is on Night Connect.
Samilo?
I can do it for her. They're not here, but I mean, if you want to.
Would you like to?
Oh yeah, I'll give it to Chesamillo.
You may. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just give me 1 second to pull everything up, and then I can do it. Okay. Hi, guys. Before I start, I do want to let you guys know that this bill was submitted to CRT, obviously, but they did come to me and we had like a meeting before, and I helped them through the whole bill process and submitting their allocation and all that fun stuff. So as you guys can see on the bill, they're going to, let me pull up all the stuff real quick. It's still loading. Sorry. Anyways, they're going to Many Flavors of Chemistry in New Orleans, and they pretty much explained it to me that this is a great not only networking opportunity, but also an opportunity for them to go to a conference and pretty much present what they've done here at UCF to share UCF's name. Funding wise, it's also stated on the bill, but it's $99 per registration per student. There's 12 students who are asking to go. Therefore, the total cost would be $1,188. For lodging, they're staying at a suite in New Orleans that's dedicated for the conference. So they have like a conference price, which would put them at $243 per room per night, with 6 nights and 3 rooms that they need for the 12 students, putting them at $5,000.93.64. And then for travel, they're flying to New Orleans for the total cost per individual being $287.95 for 12 members. So the total would be $3,455.40. Therefore, the overall accumulative total from student government would be $4,868.52. We will be seeing them on third reading. Hopefully they will be here to represent themselves. I'm not quite sure if any of these numbers have fluctuated, but hopefully by third reading we'll get a clearer numbers. But yeah, I yield the rest of it.
We're now in line for questioning. Temple?
I have a question to the pro tempore, D-Leg, if I
You
may. So D-Leg Morissette, I was calculating the numbers, and lodging again got me a very different number, 4,374, which is off the mark of the number here. Was there any discussion with the RSO during committee on this?
Not during committee, but when I was looking at their documentation, their total was the $5,993.64. They provided me quotes that gave me that number as well. The way their quote divided their room, since I did my computer, I don't have it, but they have 3 rooms and it was divided by like 1,450. So when you add all 3 of those rooms up, it did add up to that number. I do think their quoted the quote excluded when they gave me the per room price, the taxes and fees, which is why the numbers don't add up. But yeah, I'm sorry, I can't provide more clarification because I don't have the exact numbers, but that's why.
Chair Borges, I'll see your dates as a technical. Hamid and then Samilo.
Can I direct this question to the DLEC as well?
You may.
I was totaling up the numbers, and it seems that the total cost is not equivalent. I got when I added all the numbers 9,737.04. Was something changed to get like the $10 off?
Not to my knowledge. I think it also could be effect of the difference with the lodging numbers. I'll yield to Chair Samelo on that one.
I think it might just be a typo because in their Night Connect submission, it is $9,737.04. So if that's the number you're getting, it's probably just a typo for the total amount.
Are there any other questions? Borges?
I guess for anyone who can answer, I wasn't at CRT. I know they had a lot of issues with their previous fiscal bill, not to their fault. Were you able to speak with them about that? And did they have questions about that?
Yeah, so I actually pulled them aside before the CRT meeting because I obviously had a meeting with them the week before to fill out the bill. And I just kind of asked them for more clarification on what happened, kind of what was at fault, where they went wrong. And I kind of went over all the procedures, I guess I would say, had them pretty much remember the title and all of like Appendix C and different ways that they can be sanctioned. With that, we did actually ask a question during CRT about where do you think you went wrong and how do you feel like you're going to prevent this for next time, just because they were on fiscal probation and that's why we couldn't see them right away. So the questions had arisen and the conversation was had. It was a very productive conversation. They told us what went wrong and pretty much that it wasn't technically their entire fault. So yeah.
Are there any other questions? We have 2 minutes of questioning left. If not, is there a motion to go to debate? Samilo?
Motion to move to debate.
Yeah, we're there. Are there any senators wishing to speak in debate? Let me look at the bill real quick. Okay, I'll see those numbers as technicals. Samilo?
Like I said, I had spoken to this RSO. I helped them fill out the bill. So I have no doubts that they won't do what they need to do and have fun doing what they need to do. So I will be voting in favor, and I recommend all of you do the same.
Temple?
I will second what Chair Smilwood said. I will be voting.
Again. I recess Senate at 8:21 to return at 8:40. Go ahead and take your bags just in case we don't have the opportunity to return to this building.